Oh man, top of the month already?
You know it.
Jesus Christ, August 1st, episode 44. Welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSPs, of course. But I got my main guy to my right over here, my ace, my left and my right is weak, Sean, better known as Mr. Senor Lee on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man, also known as King Kaepernick on all those socials. But today, man, it's still hot outside. Not too mad at it. Still summer. But how you been, man? What's going on with you?
I'm just gonna put this hat on real quick to let you know how I'm doing, brother.
Oh shit, we Subway series out. I'm just saying, man, this wasn't planned, y'all. This wasn't planned.
We bringing props to the show, baby. Let me tell you something.
I wore this for the championships. He might have wore it because it was a good week, but I get it. It's all good. You know what I mean? Mets fans, Yankees fans, whatever you may be. You know what I'm saying? He just threw on the official Mets fitted in front of me, but it's all good, man. If you listen and you're not watching the YouTube, still Yankees all day, B. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes.
Man, let me tell you something. I was in the building for that last game, bro.
Oh, you was there?
Yes,
Ooh,
I was.
How was it?
Yo, it was dope.
It was electric.
It was my first time being at a Subway series, so it was like the atmosphere, everything was dope. And then on top of that, now here you go, we up 2-0, I think, up until like the 6th, 7th inning, right? Mm-hmm. We take out Scherzer, David Peterson comes in, and immediately Yankees tie the game 2-2.
You know the vibes.
I was like, this is some old
and y'all lucky. You're still lucky.
You know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, like Kenny said, right, we're a New York-based podcast, and this stadium, when it lets out, it's crazy. So you want to make sure that if you're staying, you're staying for that commute out. It's like crazy human traffic. It's like a COVID petri dish.
Yeah, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? But when they tie it, I'm like, I can't leave early now.
Nah.
You know what I mean? This is it. So I at least said to myself, if this shit goes to extra innings, I'm out. Like, I gotta go. I gotta work
commit,
the next
man.
day.
It's the home team. You gotta commit.
You know what I'm saying? So luckily, man, 9th inning, we get a man on base, and my man Starling Marte, man, RBI, close out, walk off win, baby.
Seeing the playoffs, bro. I know y'all number one. I know we number one, but we're gonna see when we number one when it counts. You know what I'm saying? Cool little quick sweep for the week. You know what I mean?
Take this off. It's hot.
But Aaron Judge, man, he was out here, man. Aaron Judge. He didn't show up for that last one. The one before that, he was heavy. He was heavy time. But that last one, yeah, he didn't do what we thought. What he do? You know what I'm saying? But now it was a good series, nonetheless. Good series.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be the old man in me, but even when I go to professional games, I already know in my head I'm leaving before the game ends. I said it before. I was like, I do that shit when I go to Jets games. I'm like, third quarter almost over. Let's get out of here. Beat this traffic. Every time. But when it's a good game and you kind of get fake sucked in, you're like, you're only down 3 or up 4. You're like, I can really watch this on the phone on the way home. But,
man.
It's always funny, man. It's always funny.
Yeah.
But keeping it New York, man. Brooklyn, man.
Yo, let me tell you, son. So I don't even want to know what the location was, but if you've been paying attention to the news, a pastor by the name of Lamar Whitehead was robbed during a live streaming of Sunday service.
Like, I wish robbery on no man.
Right.
But for the sake of the robber's fault, don't let it be on camera, let alone live stream.
Right.
And I'm not sure how long the video was before they cut it, but I assume the police should have been there a lot quicker than they should have got there, if they got there at all. But what did you see the post videos from the pastor?
I saw him arguing with some people.
Yeah. He was doing a lot more than I thought a pastor would be doing. Like, granted, they relieved you and your wife about $500,000 in jewelry, but showing up the next day with more jewelry on and the drop top off the Brooklyn Bridge, just like, God got me. I was like, hey, got him. You know what I mean? He'll probably get him again next Sunday. He keeps fucking around, you know what I'm saying? But
So now, was there a part of you that thought it was fake?
I don't think staging a robbery on yourself. Listen, the old Hot 97 get shot in the ass days is way behind us. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people are staging this shit no more. It happens too cavalierly in New York for just to be staging that shit. But if he was showboating, you know what I mean? You know how it go. You can't be too flashy and have a live stream with an address. It's rough. Like you shouldn't post your location on IG when you're doing some fun shit. Just for this reason.
So, the part of me that thought it was questionable, and granted, I'm glad everybody was safe. Nobody was hurt.
Yes. First and foremost.
If you remember in the video, there's a gentleman in a black suit just sitting in a chair. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even flinch. Mm-mm. Blink, drop down. He's just sitting there.
I assumed it was shock. But
there were people in the comments saying that, but I don't know, man. Like, if I'm sitting down and somebody comes in to rob the place, and I'm just there like I'm looking at him.
And don't get me wrong. If you are a religious man or a woman for that matter, this is not the place you expect that to happen. Granted, it's America. Shit happens everywhere. But niggas wasn't sticking up at Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? It's church. Right. It's Sunday, bro. I'm here every Sunday. Worst case scenario, it was my time. I'm in God's house. I know exactly where I'm going. Yeah. I can't wait to have the story at the pearly gates. You know what I'm saying? But I just attributed that to pure shock of the moment.
He didn't even go like, you know what I mean? Like what the fuck is this? Gesture.
He was very Tin Man-ish. Like he didn't move. He said,
I don't know, man. I feel like he was in on it, but whatever.
Let's play devil's advocate. The pastor set it up. All right, if it was a setup, do you think the pastor set it up himself?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he's gonna have? Did you think he told his wife?
No.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No. If he planned it, he definitely didn't tell her.
Did he? Who would? If you were a pastor and you were setting this elaborate rob my church on a Sunday mid live stream, who was there? Anyone you would tell?
No.
No?
I mean, the robbers, obviously.
The robbers know about it. The robbers know to come up with blanks. Yeah, nah. You know, the toy guns, the joints that don't have any, any real pistols, not the ones on the movie set when niggas killing niggas. The other joints, you know what I'm saying? I'm just curious to know, like, what if there was an ex-cop in this, you know what I mean, in the congregation? Right. Hey, I've been carrying me since 88. I see no point in not carrying me now.
Yeah.
God's house or not. I'm still a man. I got to protect my own.
Right.
If he got up and shot the rob in the back of his head, God forbid, happy none of that happened.
Yeah.
You think the other robbers snitch on the pastor? Yo, Jussie Smollett this whole shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
probably.
Damn, that's wild.
Probably.
That's all right. Interesting.
But it's just jokes, guys.
Just jokes.
We're glad everybody's
jokes,
okay.
But jokes. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you kind of called this maybe 3, 4, could have been even 5 shows ago.
Mm-hmm.
Russia and U.S. man playing tic-tac-toe.
Yes,
with
sir.
The pieces.
Yes, sir.
Some news where the Biden administration was willing to let go of like a notorious Russia arms dealer for not only Britney Griner but another individual called, what's his name? Paul Whelan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the 2-for-1's gonna go, but I feel like this deal could have been made 100 days ago.
I'm telling you. So, like Kenny said, right, when we first spoke about this, they did not want to make a spectacle of this situation because of this situation right here. Excuse me. So very commonly, like we always talk about, when situations like this, POWs, there is normally an exchange. Now, in this particular case, it's not a POW, right? She just got caught, with some stuff that's illegal.
Well, it is a POW, just not war. It's wealth.
Oh,
but go on.
I like that one.
Go on.
So, in this particular case, right, she got caught with the, what was it? The
hashish, they called it.
Hashish.
And the little vape
There you go. That's it. So now a lot of speculation about why she had it, legitimate reasons for having it, whatever. So now here we are, 200 days now, right?
No, I don't think. Maybe 130s, 140s. 130.
Oh, thank God. Okay, and it feels like 200.
It feels like it definitely does.
So here we are, over 130 days later, and now here comes Russia. Oh well, we'll give you her back if you give us such and such. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm glad that we're getting closer to a resolution, and I just hope she comes home soon. But we saw this coming a long time ago. They were going to use this as a political piece, and now they're going to get somebody back that they want.
I'm just worried because the U.S. waited so long to even make this proposition. What if it goes beyond the sentence date, and now she's an actual prisoner, like with time to be served type shit? Do the stakes now rise? Nah, we need 2 more Russians. Like, she's in the middle of a bid. Like, it's different. If we was in, preliminary hearings, that's one thing. I don't know. It's just scary, man.
I think it depends on the person they want back.
And
if
it's funny.
They really want that person back.
I'm about to say, it's not funny, but the dude it's locked up over here, we actually made, the U.S. made a movie based off him with Nicolas Cage. It was, but he was like a famous arms dealer.
Okay.
And this guy is that famous song that the whole movie is based off of, like War of God or some shit like that, or God of War. I'm sorry. Okay. But I don't know if they thought, hey, we made a Hollywood movie, maybe get a 2-for-1 deal. I don't know what he's thinking, but this could have been made a very long time ago. It's unfortunate.
And I saw one of the latest shows on The Shop where LeBron talked about it. And remember, I think last show we talked about the fact that they were saying if this was LeBron James, he would have been back a long time ago.
Facts.
And of course, we gave our rebuttal. But it was interesting to hear him talk about how if he was Britney, he would, would I even want to come back? Like, you would think that this country, I'm a pretty big figure in this country. Mm-hmm. I think I'm an important person. First off, I'm an American, so I'm supposed to have the utmost rights when I go into another country. Mm-hmm. If my rights are violated.
Correct.
So now, here I have this country that I love, that I play ball for, that, I'm doing all these things for, and it's taking them so long to bring me back. Do I feel like they have my back? Do I even want to come back at this point?
I get his sentiment, but it's real tough to permanently leave your family, friends, loved ones.
Bring them over.
Oh shit! You talking? That's right.
Yeah.
Prison of wealth. Prison of wealth. That's right. We got options. Yeah. We could relocate. Well, even relocating, do you want to be somewhere where you can't smoke weed?
Well, I mean, she got caught with it. Remember, weed was illegal in New York at some point, and people still did their thing.
You think if she got out, committed to staying in Russia, she wouldn't smoke weed no more?
Yeah, she's gonna smoke weed.
And risk it all again? Huh? And risk it all again?
I think the fact that she jumped ship from America and went to Russia, they would let her do what the hell she want. That's the ultimate convert. You know what I mean? Like, now, because number one, we pay her more. Russia pays her more.
By the way, that's why I'm here.
Exactly, right? United States did not move swiftly enough to get her back. She uproots her family, brings them to Russia. Number one, she makes more money. Mm-hmm. Number two, she is the ultimate convert. And now, Russia starts to look appealing to the rest of these female basketball players.
That's a tough sell.
You know?
So, hey, you might have to do 100 days, but, once you get out, shit is legit.
Well, I'm not saying they got to do a crime before coming. Like, the rest of them hopefully would come legally. You know what I mean? Do what they got to do.
It's the coming willingly part. That's gonna be a little fuzzy to sell.
I get it. Oh, yeah, man. It's not the best weather, but hey, listen, I thought it was a pretty interesting concept that he brought up. It is like that first day back, like when she sees like Biden and
everybody
the commissioner,
like you have to shake hands. The cameras are there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I see her probably not doing no social media for probably like a couple days.
That's it.
Yeah, because to your point, she's gonna have to get in front of a camera at some point.
Honestly, with today's world, dude, how old is Britney? 25, 26, mid-20s? I think with social media and it being what it is, yeah, I think she's IG living between the gate and the vehicle to pull off. Like, yo, I'll be home soon. Boop. So, you know what I'm saying? And that'd be it. You know what I'm saying? Just to let people know, like you're no longer behind that wall. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see, man. But hopefully it works out in her favor because it's still been way too long.
I agree, man. I agree. All right, so we are over to the question segment, people. First of all, big thank you for all the love y'all showed on the porn stash revelation, man.
Little surprise, y'all. Little surprise, you dirty mother.
We got some nasty followers, man. Some nasty people. Nasty. But I love y'all. I like the way you think.
We need y'all. We need y'all.
I like the way you think. So we're going to keep it a little more PG on
keep it clean this one.
This one we're going to keep it clean.
Watch our old tapes.
That's right. That's right, man. All right, so we have had a couple of discussions on this show about entrepreneurship, about reaching your goals, replacing imagine if we with let's, and following it up with execution. And now we're talking about success. There's so many different perceptions of success. And what drove me to this question, Kenny, was watching a clip from Denzel. Denzel, I swear I could watch clips of Denzel talk every day, all day. The brother's just a living jewel and testament of life and wisdom. And he talked about comparative success. And the way social media works, the way our world works, the way our peer pressure works, we are pretty much held at a standard of those next to us, those that are in our family. And I remember at a time where if you got a high school degree, you was the man or the woman. Then all of a sudden somebody went and got a college degree. Now the bar was pushed up. Then somebody went and not only got a college degree, but got a master's degree. Oh, snap. You know what I mean? The next generation better bring it. Next generation starts a business at 16, 18. So now, with that comparative success, when you hear that word, what does it mean to you?
Success, like you said a little while ago, it's very comparative to your circle. The only cliche with that is like you never want to be the smartest person in your circle because you always want to learn from somebody else. But the catch on that is if you are the smartest person in that circle, then this isn't the circle for you anymore.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's a give and take of soaking up as much info as you can and kind of moving on. Not rudely, but just more of a success ladder. Like, remember high school, lunch table shit. Like, you know what I mean? If your beats was dope, you could bang on this table.
Yeah.
Your beats got a little hotter. Oh, you got to go to the table over there. That's where your competition is. You need to go over there with that table. And then when you're over there, he's like, oh, he's elite. He might have to come back fifth period. You know what I'm saying? Even with success, personal circles, you always want to make sure you're learning something in the group that you're in. People come, people go. You always have your core, but you also want to make sure that core kind of goes up this ladder with you simultaneously. And unless you're the Kevin Hart or the Jay-Z's of the world, it's tough to, kind of bring, throw that hook and reel to come back with you. But that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? So success to me is really the circle you keep, honestly. Because I would say, hey, if you're rich or successful, I guess. You know what I mean? But that's not my personal definition of success. It's really the people in your immediate circle, your business circle, your family circle, that conglomerate of people that make and shape your day. That's success to me personally.
Yeah. So I had a very interesting conversation with someone I worked with a couple years ago. And they were saying there is no way that they could be happy with life making $80,000 a year. And granted, right, we're you're getting COLA increases, and for those of you who don't know, cost of living expenses.
I was just about to ask you. I said, want to talk in the back real quick? I don't know what the fuck that meant. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just cost of living allocation where as inflation, as costs go up, your salary should increase with the cost.
Should.
Exactly. Keyword should.
Should. As you
right. So quick math. If you're only getting a 3% increase with 9% inflation, there's no way you're living up to the cost of living. Yeah. So, quick lesson.
You lost for the chain. The tech
yeah, pretty much. You're 6% off. So, so I was talking to this person. I was like, well, what's the limit to make you happy? Mm-hmm. They were like, I don't know. I was like, man, so you mean to tell me you can't make $80,000 keep you happy, but you don't even know what's the limit that's going
what number
to
would
make
put you
happy, there, right? So then they came up with, like 6 figures. I was like,
100?
That's from 100 to 999. Which one? You know what I mean? Like you got to give me something. Yeah. They were like, all right, 150. I was like, 150. Okay. So you get 150 and you're just happy, right? Because you know that things are going to get more and more expensive. Right? Say you have 2 or 3 kids. You got to put them through college. 150 might not cut it. You know what I mean? So what is happiness versus what's your goal? You know what I mean? And when we talk about that with comparative success, can you have $80,000 and be happy making $80,000 a year? I think so. You maybe just don't have the same wants as everybody else. And remember, I said, number one, because I don't want y'all business people coming for me, I said incorporate COLAs. So you should keep seeing that 80,000 go up with the inflation. So if you can make that 80,000 work for you and come home to a family and a roof and be happy with Netflix and go and do your job and you love your job and come home and you live, you vacation, all that, you can be happy with $80,000. But where comparative success comes in and it's scary, and we talked about this last time where you got your girl friends with the other girl and she keeps getting the Dior bags, but you only getting the Coach shit.
Oh, man.
That comparative success is what throws people off. Because now they're like, I'm not happy because I'm not where this person is. They're comparing their life and what they've accomplished to what someone else has been able to accomplish.
That brings me back to my point of success. The people in your circle dictate where you go. If your partner is comparing her gifts or whatever it may be to a totally separate situation in person that she just so happen to know, she might not be best for your immediate circle.
So what about like industry and even culture?
Culture's tough to keep up with because you can't.
Right, but there's still comparative success there too.
True.
There's your circle, and then there's that when you go to work, right? Who's the best in your field? What's success compared in your field? Is it where you're at? Is it where the person sitting 2 desks down at? Is it the person at the competing firm? You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah. Like, it's all over the place, bro.
There's levels. Yeah, there's levels. There's a ladder on every step of the street. So it really depends on what you're focusing on today.
You're absolutely right.
Not even today. The next 90 minutes. Like, whatever you're in the middle of doing, this is what you got to be successful at. And it's going to change when you go to lunch. You got to be faster. Everybody else getting to the front of the line and get your shake. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's little shit. Like, you know what I mean? But, what? Yeah, at work it's a whole nother animal. Like your friends is one thing, you know, you bullshit and chit chatting. But work, when intellect is compared at a high rate, numbers are crunched. If you're playing with numbers at work, just, you know, designs back and forth, whatever the case may be, you're all picking at each other's brain just to get to a better, quicker, more efficient solution for whatever's on the table. And you're kind of competing to almost have the last input to make sure whatever you said gets digested into the final solution, you know?
And that's a great point, too. Is the last word considered success?
Ooh, it is. It is. Because when me and Jen at the house arguing, and I go, yeah, and she go, I'm like, I'm just sucking my teeth because I lost. Like,
I feel you. And it's funny if you listen or read, because you got audiobooks. If you listen or read any self-help book, they teach you about the fact that the last word isn't necessarily a win.
No,
it's a self-emotion or a self-esteem builder for the person who has the last word. Because if you keep telling me I'm better than you, and I know I'm better than you, I don't have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah, I know already. Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But for the other person, the fact that they can say it and put it out there, it's a self-esteem builder for them.
That might be something similar to what Vince Staples I saw said a week or two ago, where he was being interviewed and somebody's like, hey, you know, what kind of gifts do you get as a celebrity? And he's like, I hate gifts. He's like, you hate gifts? Like, why? He's like, the gift isn't for the person you're giving it to. It's for the person that's giving it. He's like, why do you say that? And I was like, I love giving gifts. You know, the person interviewing him. And he's like, let me guess. You bought something. Might have been expensive. Wrapped it up real nice. Packaged it. Came to the spot. Delivered it. Then what you do? Stood there. You waited. You watched them unwrap it. And now you're living for that very emotion that's going to be in their face.
That's right.
You know how sad you've been in the past when you didn't get the facial reaction that you thought you was going to get?
That's right.
When they asked you, credit or debit? Credit. You know what I'm saying? You just assumed you'd be like, you're going to get the big, and you got the, pink? Thanks. That's crushing.
Bro, I've been saying that for years. People will plan, shop, and do things that they think are what the other person wants instead of planning, shopping, and doing what they know the other person would want. And then they get mad when they get that reaction like, well, I did all this for you. You know how much that was? You know how long it took?
And all they say is, I ain't asked for this shit.
And then you become the bad guy.
You know what? I still got the receipt. It's not even
grateful ass.
Nah, don't unzip that. Nope. Don't take out the laces. Keep it dead stock. Thank you.
Shout out to Vince Staples for that. That's spot on.
Yeah, man. I forgot who was interviewing though. Shit. But that was a good little tidbit I recall. But fuck, how do we get to that part?
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh no, we were talking about when people have the last word.
Yes.
How it makes
them feel.
Yeah.
It's like a personal booster.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because, bro, let me tell you, I had to incorporate that to elevate because, like we talked about petty levels, I had to change it because
yes.
It's so easy to go back and be like going forward as per my last email. You know what I mean? Like. And the emails will never stop, bro.
It won't. You throw a Twitter thumb gauges with that. You don't know nothing about emails with attachments.
Oh my god, guys!
As
let me
per
tell
my
you,
last.
y'all think Twitter? He's right. The corporate world,
man. See PDF attached. Page 7, paragraph 3, line 2. I highlighted it for you. Like, yo, you don't want none of that smoke. Nothing. Especially when other people are CC. Ooh, that's spicy. No, this is totally on topic, but you ever been at work and head honcho might not blast someone, but kind of single out, but do it vaguely. Like everybody know who you're talking about, but they never said the person's name. Like I don't know who prepared this report for this month, but not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. But everybody's CC, and as soon as everybody gets that ding, everybody reads, processes. Everybody eyes get big, start looking around.
Oh, the chats start going off.
Like, yo. You saw that email from ooh. Yo, that's always funny.
Yo, let me tell y'all, don't matter the age. This is what happens in corporate America.
Yes.
An email like that blasting somebody, everybody's in the team chat. Like, y'all heard that shit?
You know what's funny?
Man.
Blind CC exists, right?
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you don't want to talk to people that you didn't see on the email thread.
Yeah.
So you be like, yo, what's up? Like, hey, haven't heard about that thing with the boss? You're like, what thing with the boss? Oh, no, I got the email. You was on the email? Yeah. For some reason, he BCC'd me. Oh, haha. Yeah, man, shit crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got double, triple check shit these days,
man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So, on the issue of comparative success, do you feel pressure to be as successful as those around you?
Always. You need that. You want that push almost. If you were better than everyone in your circle, very much what I was saying earlier, you may not have the urge to succeed more. Not that there should be a cap on your success. It never will be. But like you said, 80's not enough. 150's not enough. There's not a monetary number that you could put on it. So it really just comes down to the circle and not being the greatest, brightest, but not being the dumbest neither. You don't want to be that guy in a group. Right. Kind of leeching. But yeah, don't be the guy outside the group chat, within the group chat. We spoke about that a long time ago, but I don't know. As far as success, I do feel pressure. I like the pressure though. It keeps me going. Keeps the chip on my shoulder. Like Tom Brady, 7th round shit. Yeah. You need that. Like, y'all went in front of me? Yeah, I was going to retire, but I'm going to see if I can get 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, so what about you? How do you feel your inner circle, whether it be personal, home life, corporate, networking? You feel that pressure?
I like the last part of what you said. That's how I feel. I feel inspired if the people around me are successful. And it's my perception of success, right? Like, I've always told you I've loved the relationship you have with Jen. And I've always said I'm going to find a foundation like that. And I found it. And that's what I use from the people around me. But I don't feel pressure to be as successful as them because there's certain things that y'all do that I'm like, that's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I just want to take that candle off the cake. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy that when we get to like mile 3, if I'm good, I'm good. You can keep going. You know what I mean? I have nothing to prove past this.
I'm an Uber.
That's
to
it.
The end.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I'll be working out with Major sometimes and he'll be like, all right, we're going to 300.
300 what?
300
what? Pounds? Niggas like, check. You at the gym looking for a way to
over here on this treadmill, man. Let me know when you're done.
Working on my cardio. Get 300 minutes in or some shit. I gotta go. Like, crazy.
Man. Yeah. So that's the way I've always used it as fuel to say, you know what? All right, I like this piece of what they're doing and where they're at. Let me see how I can tailor it for me. Because I like that, how that looks and how that might feel.
And that's life. Like you technically take a piece from everything you come across, put it in your own personal digestive ecosystem, regurgitate it out into the world in your view, your lens, your perspective. And that's your new, I won't say your new wheel. You can't reinvent your wheel, but it's your bigger, stronger, faster wheel. Right. Every time you... Oh, that was interesting. You know what I mean? You take this, take that. Oh, that's what you fucked up on. You can keep that, but thanks for the lesson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the company you keep that really helps with the success. But you need more successful people in your circle to keep you going, I feel.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Moving on to the next question for you. In a relationship, what's the normal percentage or ratio of, that's the best way to put this. You have man, you have woman, you have guy, girl, he, that. You see where that's going.
Yeah.
Is there a ratio between you and the other partner that needs to be maintained in order to keep this love going?
That's a tough question.
That's why we here, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, yeah, cut the show. We can't do it.
That's a tough question because of the fact that there's always going to be someone with a higher percentage. And I think depending on how motivated you are to bring something to the relationship will dictate how much percentage you really have. And I think a lot of times I think a lot of times in relationships, somebody's always trying to outdo the other one, and it becomes a competition. The minute it becomes about self benefit and self preservation, you've officially lost the relationship. Even if you have the higher percentage, financial status, health, whatever it is, to me, you still have the lower percentage because the other person, everything they do, or most of what they do, is for the relationship. You know what I mean? Okay. To make sure that you got a house to come home to, it's clean, there's food, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's tough. And this is me now, like, really processing the question real time. Because for years, I was like, if you making more money and you doing this, you technically have the advantage.
Listen, I tell Jen all the time, hey, I can't wait until you bring the money home and you feel it's good. Because I'm going to be here. Making sure coffee is hot in the morning. Making sure the dinner's done at 6 when you get home. I'm all for that house husband shit. Run to the computer in the back, send some emails. I could do this shit all day long. I'm a house guy. I could do that. She's like, nah, nigga, you got to go to work. You got to get out this house. But I don't know. But for me, it's weird. I have it at a 90-10. Before y'all judge me, I felt the what is it? I felt it. But in any relationship, someone should always do something better than the other.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it, like you said, finances, clean, whatever it may be. Majority of the time, one does something better, so they'll be the 90 and the other person will do the 10. Right. Whether it be the finances or whether it be the cleaning or, kids, whatever you want, whatever you guys want to compare at that very moment, it's always going to be a 90-10. The only time it's truly 50-50 is when y'all climax at the same time. That's when we both put 1,000% effort. We both were here. My sweat is interacting with your sweat. We both. Other than that, it's 90-10 most of the time.
I hear that. No, that's
depending on the topic.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
But it fluctuates. Yeah. And at the end of the year, it all averages out to 50-50 anyway. You know what I mean? But at the end of the year, if it's 70-30, you got to start recalculating the relationship with the first. It's like, yo, man, there's a lot of 90s, man.
A lot of 90 months, a lot of 90 days.
Yeah, man. Shit. You don't want that smoke.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
Oh, shit. What's this? Oh, the business section.
Yes.
I'm nervous.
Man. So, Jetblue is officially buying Spirit Airlines to the tune of $3.8 billion. Now, this is interesting because at first there were rumors that Spirit denied the offer. Now, I guess Spirit was like, you know what, man? Can we go back to the negotiation table? You said 3.8?
That was a B, right?
I thought you said million, man.
My bad. It must have been a typo on the email.
The M's next to the B.
It's so close. Why would they do that?
Yeah, man.
Well, two things. You tell me Twitter's more than Spirit Airlines? But anyway, I need to know if JetBlue is just going, assume this conglomerate of Spirit with all its terrible intangibles and keep that ship going on its course just because they've survived, I guess, other than financially. If they need a buyout, are they gonna take these additional planes, swap them out for the JetBlue ones, a little bit more roomier? We know you didn't pay for first class, but you still got some knee room. You know what I'm saying? The pilot is not drunk. You're good. You're going to get there on our planes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a JetBlue fan. United, fuck with them. Spirit, even when I'm searching for tickets and Spirit be the top, I'll be like,
yeah, everybody.
I'll be scared to click it. I mean, I personally never been on a Spirit flight, so I'm just going off rumors. I can't even tell you my real experience.
Yeah.
But when you hear enough bad stories or read enough bad stories, you start to believe it, unfortunately. Right. But it's funny, Dominique, she came up last night. She said, oh, no, I'm flying Spirit. And she just said it like so cavalierly. I was like, oh, text me when you land. Let me make sure.
Dominique lives the most carefree life.
I love her.
I love her spirit.
So much.
She'll say something and you'll be like, "You sure?" And she's like, "Yeah,
yeah, no hezzy,
Nope.
Like, why would I? I'm like,
yeah."
all right. And it always works out. And that's what gets me. Every time I think it might be a weird approach, it works out just fine every time. Shouts to Damo.
So with JetBlue, man, it'll be interesting to see what they do. This will now make them officially the largest, flight in the world, I believe. It makes them the largest airline in the world. Getting my damn words today.
Does that mean prices go up or prices go down?
Prices are going up regardless right now. I don't think this makes a difference. It's going to be interesting, though. You make a good point. Spirit was always that cheaper ticket, but you got what you paid for. So now with JetBlue acquiring them, what business aspects do they apply to Spirit now to broaden their network? Is getting on the JetBlue plane going to be a little bit more like high class than the Spirit plane? I don't know.
I just thought of the business model. Damn, I don't even want to say it live, but I'm not going to get no profits from this. It's going to be JetBlue Express. No flight longer than like 90 minutes. Or any flight you choose on is going to be a 90-minute flight or better. They won't put you through the Spirit ordeal from Cali to New York. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a regular JetBlue flight for that. But if you're going to Philly and you're right here in Newark, we got the express joint for you. Cheaper ticket, fast, and it's cheaper because you're not going as far. So they kind of keep the same cheap motto. You shouldn't be going that far. The furthest flight might be like New York to Florida just because of popularity. But outside of that, you a regular JetBlue flight with regular JetBlue prices.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm telling you.
You heard it here first, folks.
Because I'll get on a JetBlue Express flight versus a Spirit flight if I seen it on my tracker. I'm like, ooh, JetBlue Express? Cheap.
That makes sense.
We'll see, man.
Definitely. Next up, man. So we've been talking about Amazon wanting to dip their feet in the healthcare field for a long time, and they have officially acquired primary healthcare company One Medical in an all-cash deal valued at approximately $3.9 billion.
All right, I'm broke. I'm just curious to know who brought $4 billion to the office. Like, yo, you gonna count this here or? Because I got a sandwich. I'll wait.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
They must have had like 20,000 money machines running at this.
You know what's gangster? They ain't even have to announce it was all cash. They ain't have to do that. They could have just said 3.9. Yo, Amazon dude said, yo, I got it. 3.9 is coming. They ain't have to throw the all cash in there. But with Amazon, assuming a medical front, this being your warehouse, what would be the benefits of Amazon assuming a medical entity?
You name it, man. We talked about this, I think, last year, right? Drones being able to drop off prescription drugs or deliveries of prescription drugs. You talk about the elevation of telehealth, right? Remember, we told you Amazon has the Fire Stick TV that's out now. So Amazon has their own TVs. Now think about it. You could be at home. Damn, I forgot to refill my prescription. Right on TV. Boop. Put in your refill. Probably get it within a couple hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you live in a remote location, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to take healthcare to a whole nother level. And this is exactly what Jeff Bezos was thinking about when he stepped down. He wanted to broaden Amazon from just being this store delivery empire to being this like global enterprise that can give you anything. First is healthcare. I'm pretty sure he's going to start to dabble into travel at some point. You know what I mean? They're already doing streaming. Now healthcare. Travel is next.
Yeah, he could have bought Spirit all cash.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All cash.
Hey, man, he probably got his eyes on United or something.
Yeah. He said, I'm not fixing shit. I just want the planes. Oh man, but
yeah, man.
What kind of scares me, with drone drug delivery.
Yeah.
if niggas getting robbed on live stream, it ain't nothing to take a drone out.
Oh yeah.
If I know, Aunt such and such from up the block get her pills that go for 20 a pop up the block. You know what I mean? Like,
So there's always the catch-22, right? You got drones dropping off prescription drugs. You got people who could hack the drones. You have people who could hack information, right? These delivery people, they got to get your address. They got to know where you at. Do you want people to know that you're getting, HIV medication? Like HIPAA, you know what I mean? That comes into play. Your own privacy rights. So, yeah, there's always a catch-22 when you see big business enter into healthcare. Because as non-profit as hospitals are, big business is profit.
Super.
So they're going to look for how can we optimize this to make the most money. So
that's a fact.
About to get shaky.
That's a fact, man. Shout out to Amazon. Looking for the new medical tab to come up on the app.
That's right.
Crazy.
All right, people. It is about that time.
Already? Oh,
FCP
get the stretch
Minute News featuring your man Ken Kapnick.
Get the stretch out.
Let me get my phone ready. And let me know, man, and I will get this started.
I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good.
All right, and go.
All right, man. Pink sauce. Oh, God. TikTok, it's gone viral, unfortunately, but this random lady in a random apartment started making some random sauce and shipping the shit. And people started buying it, and they started noticing this lady shouldn't be packaging food. But long story short, she getting sued soon. Sesame Street, they're racist. That's the story. That's all I got on that.
He said they're racist.
Jesus and Meryl, man, they broke up. Hate to see it. Had Showtime money coming in, but they're pursuing their separate endeavors. Still wish I could have brought it back home, but it is what it is. Kid Cudi, Rolling Loud, stepped in for Kanye, as you may know. Niggas hit him with a water bottle, and he said, "Hey, one more motherfucking bottle come up here. It's gonna be another bottle across." He's like, he's out. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, yo, did you see Jimmy Butler's new haircut?
Yes, I did.
He just thought nobody was gonna notice. I saw niggas called him Morant. I was dying, yo. I said, I hate the internet. Son.
Yo, that's crazy. Niggas said, did he get extensions? Like,
yo, that's the FCP Minute News.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Not super important, but just enough to know about.
That's it,
terrible.
That's it. Appreciate the support, man. For real, man.
Oh, man.
So, last week, because this is releasing Monday, August 1st. Last week, Nicki Minaj. Some may think of her as the queen of rap. Debatable in certain circles, but for today, we are riding with that. And she put out a sneak peek of a docuseries, 6-part docuseries. Pretty much chronicling her career, from soup to nuts. Well, not nuts. She's not done yet, but from beginning to the present. And it brought chills, bro, because I realized I've taken Nicki Minaj for granted all these years. Like,
you have?
Yeah.
How? Wow.
Because I've enjoyed her music, but I've never enjoyed her story. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
You know what? It's almost like when Michael Jordan made the docuseries.
Gotcha.
I watched Jordan for most of the years that I could recall Jordan, but watching that story back and getting those in-depth details of what he went through, that shit takes it to another level. And in that short clip, there was little stuff in there where it was like, really? Yeah. Like, I didn't know she felt that. I didn't know she thought that. So I'm hyped about it. There's no official drop date. It just says coming soon. But, the Barbs went crazy. They can't wait.
As they should.
So, yeah, man, long time coming. I think it's great. I think it's necessary because she definitely is one of, if not the most influential woman in rap.
I'll put it there as the most. Straight up, only because her monster verse. I don't care what no other female rapper.
I mean, I felt it from what is it, Itty Bitty Piggy. That freestyle that was nice. That was dope. Ridiculous.
That was dope. But it was her element. When she was able to orchestrate that situation. But to step in the ring with the yays and the jays and end the song and just like there was no me and them. It was like it's us. And my verse is not the wackest on this fucking song. You know what I mean? So for her to step up to the plate, and it was pretty early in her career, so for the most part. But she's been solid. But it's weird. I know you said you didn't really follow her story. I didn't really follow her albums. Like I heard her first two, like front to back, but at some point, like they all kept having the words Pink Print in it, and I'm like, oh, another deluxe, oh, extended version, oh, another. So I stopped listening to the albums.
Right.
And then she just, I'm the best female rapper out. So she just, had the time to disappear, be her. And she was always rather secluded, sheltered to herself. Yeah. The only time you seen her was when the cameras was on.
Right, right.
She's not walking down the block. But, the only time you seen her when it was time to see her. But the doc should be super revealing just because we know nothing about her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it'll be dope. I hope there's an album wrapped around this, not called Pink Print, so I can listen to it. I know it's a new album, but nonetheless, it's Nicki. I'm gonna check that out.
I'm actually on the flip side of it. I hope it's just a docuseries.
Oh,
everything's
a rollout.
There's the fear of putting out an album that doesn't match the level of the docuseries.
It doesn't have to.
I mean, it's a hopeful idea, but so there's very few people that could pull off what 50 Cent did, and I think too many people fell in love with that, and it wasn't always warranted.
Yeah, that was a lightning striking kind of thing.
Yeah,
you can't predict that. You can't even mimic that again, honestly.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and if this is about your story, then I think you leave it there. We don't need an album. Tell us the story. Let us enjoy you and, your glow up and everything that you want to share, and stop there. Not saying stop making music, but I think the docuseries should just let it do what it do.
I hear you. I get it. But it is tough for an entertainer to put that much effort, work, emotion into a project and not capitalize on it. On all facets of your brand.
You can capitalize, but I don't think the product is going to be that good. It's not going to be as good as the docuseries.
Well, yes. If the videos to the songs aren't as good as the editing, the makeup, the lighting as the doc was, absolutely. But to compare a visual aid with just a sound body of work is going to be... It's really apples to oranges, so to speak. You can't really compare them. That's why I was saying before, I think they both could coexist because they're really two separate bodies of work simultaneously.
I don't know.
It's like Ye dropping College Dropout and Jesus on the same exact day. You like, I don't know how to take neither of these, but I guess I'll listen to them, see what happens.
Well, yeah, people are definitely gonna listen to it if she does it. But then to me, it takes away because now I have to watch this 6-part docu. It depends on how she releases the music. If she's really gonna do it, then maybe she releases a single with each part.
Make it a soundtrack to the
exactly.
Like drop 3 songs every Saturday if they all come out on Saturday, some shit like that.
You know what I mean?
6-part mixtape, some shit like that.
Yeah, if she's got that in her, then fine. If she drops an album on the last part or whatever, it's like, all right. Let's hope that this project is just as good as the docuseries we just saw.
I hope she blows us away with the visuals, and if she has a 15-track album somewhere hidden, she shoots 15 videos and incorporates these 15 videos somehow into this 6-part docuseries where we'll be talking about, my mom, I miss her, I love her a lot, and then it cuts to a video where she happens to be, rapping about her mom or singing about her, just something around that emotion or theme, just to keep that going, and then it cuts right back into the doc, just to kind of flow with what's going on. All ideas though, but I'm curious to see what she does.
Definitely.
This next thing, a little touchy. Not that it's touchy. We're gonna go into colorism for a second. Um, I think colorism is the shiny way to say racism. But in this sense, Keke Palmer made points in comparisons to Zendaya. Both similar upbringings. Disney children went on to become actresses. Zendaya has had more looks in the last, 5 years that I've seen her on a big screen. Between the Spider-Man and the Euphoria, she's busy. You know what I mean? She's doing things. Keke Palmer seems every role she's been in has been rather stellar, but she doesn't seem to be at the forefront whenever her projects drop. Where Zendaya's kind of might be more in your face when hers drop, and she was kind of trying to point towards colorism, where hey, if I was light skinned, maybe my projects would be doing this, or if she was dark skinned, would her projects be doing that? But it's weird because everybody knows racism / colorism exists, but it's something that you don't want to talk about. Like, not that you don't want to talk about it. Like,
you're
it's there.
Absolutely right.
Like, it's there. You know it's there. You can't ignore it, but you cannot talk about it sometimes, even when it's blatant, because you see it blatantly. But I'm curious to know your thought process. Well, first off, did you see Nope?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me neither. I gave it a big nope. But and that's another thing with Jordan Peele. Ever since that 5 on it shit, I'm never falling for that shit again. But I'm curious to know, like, is colorism truly at play for her? Unfortunately, is she on the negative side of it in a sense, or is it truly a skill versus skill thing?
You have to look back in history. This is bigger than Keke Palmer and Zendaya.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
It goes back to the backs.
If we really look back at our darker colored sisters and look at the roles they've had.
Yeah, I'm so tired of the slavery biopics, the hard single mother biopics, the the crackhead story. I'm good on all that. I need to see the more in the successful roles, the NASA engineers. I need to see more of that. You know what I mean? And whether now I'm curious to know, is it not being made because it won't sell, or is it not being made because people know that that's something people aren't interested in?
Listen, it to the point of the history of filmmaking or even TV production, right? You can go as deep as to talk about the contrast in cameras. If we really look back, if you put a darker person in a scene with a bunch of lighter people, those cameras really didn't capture the essence of the darker person.
The lighting was never right.
Yeah, it made them look like blotches on screen, right? Granted, camera technology has gotten better, lighting has gotten better, but it's still the fact that if you look at the movies that have really sold and look at the star female in those movies, you will not find a lot of dark colored women. Now, is that the reason for this? Probably not. I think they're both good actors. I think that I've gotten to see Zendaya in more versatile roles than Keke Palmer, but I don't know the reason for that.
It does feel like she kind of gets boxed into a role. Like
stereotype.
This is what you do, and this is all we know you for. Yeah. And everybody's kind of, I don't know if they're scared to put another light or feel she doesn't have the capability to do it. But she may have, just to beat this stigma, it's like she would have to do it, but I think she would have to almost produce something on her own.
Yeah.
Where
that's what Issa Rae did.
And Issa's amazing.
Yeah.
The show is dope. I haven't seen her new one called Rap Shit.
Yeah.
Looks interesting though, but if she's, the brainchild behind it, I'm sure it's gonna be witty, funny, have a joke in there, tell a real story somewhere in between. Boom. See you next week. She's good at that. But she may have to develop her own.
Not even may. So this is what we have to learn to do if we want to change the way things are. We have to stop using especially in colorism, right? Because literally, this is the prejudice or discrimination against a dark-skinned colored person, and it's usually happening within your own racial group. Mm-hmm. If you take that, like we just said, you take Imagine If We out of it and say, let's make a movie starring a dark-colored girl. Mm-hmm. And let's make a superhero movie. Let's make it, let's make it an action movie. Mm-hmm. Black Panther did it. Mm-hmm. They said, no, fuck that. We are going to have dark-skinned girls be the star of this movie. I cannot wait to see this new Black Panther movie.
You saw the trailer?
Yo, that shit gave me chills. Super chills. I can't wait to see a movie featuring dark-skinned woman leading the way. You have to take that step. So to your point, it's not even she may have to. She should. Put your money where your mouth is. You're in the industry. You know how to make a movie.
Yeah.
Make a short. Sundance Festival, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Start working on it.
Yeah.
But you can sit here and try and get at Zendaya, but nobody's now. They're gonna say, look at her being racist against her own people. If anything, you're perpetuating colorism.
Correct, and that's what I was hoping it would avoid. But once you say it, the stigma's there. And you're like, what do you mean? Yeah. And no matter what you say, it's not gonna be positive. So,
and on top of it, you don't know what Zendaya's going through.
That too.
You may think it's just because she's light skinned and she's there. She may have went through some crazy shit to get where she's at right now, and you're trying to put her in this box. Facts. It's crazy.
It's weird. I don't know, man. People, I don't know, but yeah, if you don't like the wheelhouse you're in, build another house.
That's it.
That's it, man. Mm-hmm. Couple sports things real quick before we get up out of here today. Julio Jones, man, he signed a 1-year deal to the Bucs. Yo. I don't know how many like paychecks Brady could cut out of his salary. They're just like, yo, I don't even need money this year. Give me more hands. And they said, I think we could do that. We can do that. They got Julio, man, adding to the arsenal. You know how Brady do? Like, he wins one, takes one off. He lost last year. Is he back? Is he back this year?
I don't know, man. A lot of teams got better. This is going to be an interesting year of football.
I like to see LA. I like to see him back. I want to see it all over again. See what happens. I'm curious. I got more receivers. We know y'all nice. We seen the photos. Let's run it back. Will be interesting. But yeah, man, Julio to the Bucs. Honestly, it's weird. Because Julio wasn't on Atlanta no more. I don't know where he came from.
Tennessee.
He's in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a good year last year, did he?
He had a terrible year.
Okay. Rebuild. We can work with this. It's still Tom Brady. He's had less. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, all right. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. Yeah.
This over here. What's KD doing, man?
Yo, I said it last episode, and I'm not even gonna stay on it too long because this is exactly what I was afraid of. The OKC trap, and it just so happens to be KD's involved. Celtics, I just please ask you, do not make the worst mistake of your life and go for KD. And it's not because it's not because I think he will not make a great impact. KD makes any team an instant playoff contender. But the Celtics are building something that can be Golden State-ish if they just give it the time that it needs. These brothers have only been together, 4 or 5 years? Mm-hmm. Give them some time. You know what I mean? Give them some time together and build the team around them so that they can grow. You saw what happened to them in the finals against the best team in the NBA. They're not that far. You know what I mean?
So then, not to poke a bear, but when Golden State lost, they picked him up and they won 2 quick ones.
Well, they needed him because they knew that they couldn't come back with that same team and beat Braun.
You think they don't know that right now about Golden State?
No, they don't need KD though. They don't need KD.
Why not?
Because they needed.
Answer: Is he a top 5 player in the league today?
Of course.
If you didn't win a chip last year, why would you not want him on your roster?
Because you do not need KD. You need a solid point guard. Because if you look at the playoffs, if you look at the finals last year, where you dropped off was a game manager, and that's like a Tom Brady. You needed a Tom Brady in those finals, in those moments where Jalen was losing his confidence, Jason was losing his confidence. You needed that guy to rally them and say, "Yo, guys, relax."
Would the smart not run the point?
He is not a playmaker.
He's not a true
playmaker. I'm not gonna say he's not a true point guard. He's just not a playmaker because he's not a shooting guard either.
No,
he's just a guard.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's kind of landed.
I'd call him a combo guard, but he's mostly to me a defender.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right, but the guy I really coveted was DeJounte Murray, but Hawks snatched him up
quick.
So I don't know if somehow, some way you pull a wild. I don't know for CP3, but then they're still going to probably want Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is keep the core together. They need a CP3-esque point guard to come in there that's just rugged, doesn't care. Like Kyle Lowry, I think, would be a great addition to that team. I'm
sorry. I hate Kyle Lowry. I don't know why. It could be his face, man.
He said his face.
I don't know, man. I have no reason to hate this man. And I'm a pretty fun-loving fucking
That's
guy.
how I used to feel about Derek Fisher. I couldn't stand his ass.
I'm starting to get like that. As I get older, I'm starting to feel like that about Chris Paul, honestly. Where you see him doing shit where it's like, yeah, I didn't see that. All right. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm starting to feel about Chris. But
yeah, that was me with Derek Fisher. Listen, I totally get what you're saying. If you got a chance to get him. You don't pass up an opportunity like this. But if you really think about it, if you look at the long-term goal, right, I think you have it right there. If you're talking about 5 years from now, these guys are 30.
That's the scary part. When you say NBA, what's long-term NBA to you?
Yeah, like 5 years. Like you're talking about, you want to still be successful when Steph, when LeBron, when certain people start to go on their decline and say, you know what, I think it's time to wrap it up. If you can keep that core together, you have the chance to run the league because Giannis ain't going nowhere. No. Embiid ain't going nowhere. No. These guys are sticking to their teams. And I think Jaylen Brown, they got to give that shit some time. There's no rush because if you go get KD, there's no guarantee that you get back. You know what they got to give up? There's no guarantee. If he goes out there, does one dribble crossover and goes down, fam, that's it.
So, from a fan's perspective, you rather the slow cooker championship than the microwave championship?
Hell yeah. Celtics have been knocking on this door. They need that piece. KD is not that piece. They cannot. Jaylen Brown, if they trade Jaylen Brown to the Nets, I guarantee you the Nets somehow get to the finals in the 3 or 4 years, and he is going to run this shit. They can't do it. I don't think they should do it. OKC made the same fucking mistake. Yeah, they thought, man, like we don't need James Harden.
You had three MVPs in there, early 20s.
Nah, man,
that's nuts.
Now, if Jaylen Brown was being a contract greedy bro, then I get it.
Celtics executives are looking to play the slow cooker role. But players need that microwave money. You saw what I did last season.
I don't think Jalen's on that vibe. I don't think so. That brother, he's solid. Like when all this stuff was happening with Breonna Taylor and not to say he's not smart business wise, I think the Celtics have money to take care of him when this comes time. Mm-hmm. And I think they will. They don't need, and they got tons of draft picks that they can offload for cash.
That's what they got to do, build up the draft.
Yeah, so to me, I don't see the rush. And there's no guarantee because all these other teams are getting stronger. The Hawks got stronger. The Bucs are still strong. The Philly just got fucking PJ Tucker. Like, you sure you want to break up the chemistry of your team? I don't know. Yeah. And to me, KD is the same player as Jason Tatum. Same exact player.
But one is better than the other.
Jaylen Brown is a dog, though.
Yeah, you need him. You need him. Smarter dog. You need him too. You need him on your core. Tatum, he still got Kobe-esque moves. He's just gonna keep getting better at that. They got a good core. They could just build around him.
Don't
give him the piece they need.
Don't do it. Please don't.
It's tough not to like. You know what KD is? Unfortunately, KD is the little gold thing in the carnival box with the claw at the top. And you got, a quarter and only one shot to go before you got to go. And you're like, oh, I'm going to go for the gold thing. Oh. Every time.
This is where I miss Danny Ainge. This is exactly where I miss. Danny would have looked at this and said, hell no. I'm good.
We don't need. They don't like, honestly, one thing I do love about the Celtics, they don't like the publicity or the extra flash or flair. They don't need that. They're hard working, get the job done, gritty, hard nosed, defense in your face, going bang the boards in the paint. We know our strengths. We just have some issues working on our weaknesses, but we're getting there. We are getting there.
I'm telling you, man.
It's interesting. We'll see. Hey, I got a feeling though, come the beginning of the season, KD's still gonna be a net, man.
I think so too. I think all of this shit is just smoke and mirrors.
I think KD's just playing the game. I think he's still showing up to Nets practices and shit. I don't think
he's still walking around New York, popping up in Harlem and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Doing TikTok now. Yeah. They was killing him on the TikTok memes. You saw him?
Nah, I didn't see it, man.
So KD started a TikTok, and I think the very first video is like him looking in the camera going, how you work this, man? And it shuts off. Mad funny, like as is. Then the internet gets a hold of it. Now they have KD doing the same 5-second video with a brush next to him that he's looking at. So now it looked like he's looking at the brush in the meme. Man, how you work this shit? It's like, oh, man, y'all ain't had to do that to KD, but a nigga need a brush, man.
Yo.
I don't know why, like, Jaylen just said, yo, man, this guy's good, man. Let him give you a shape up. This one's on me. And Jalen Rose could lend his bob out every so often. if he's giving out these lines, pause. But you ain't the only head he could do this to.
It could be a medical condition.
Oh, come on. I didn't want to think about that.
I'm just saying, there's no reason for a man not to brush his hair. There's no reason.
I'm practicing. I'm busy.
Nah.
I'm working on my... No?
Unless you got a fro, there's no reason for you not to brush your hair. I've never seen a basketball player do that. Never.
Hey, maybe none of them have worked as hard as KD. How about that?
I hear you.
Some weird WNBA news for those that follow the Los Angeles Sparks. Their center, Liz Cambage, they have agreed to a contract divorce. And honestly, when I seen it, I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, wait, is she getting traded? Is this a buyout? Like, does she have a job? Like, what happened just now? And no one answered this question. I was just like, I guess they have broken up. But the fact they used contract divorce and it happens to be the WNBA, I just didn't like the way it was worded personally. But other than that, though, man, she might go to Russia. Definitely pay more. She was definitely complaining about pay on the shop. I remember that episode.
Yeah, she was complaining about a lot of things. I think, first off, if she's free, come to New York Liberty. You could join Sabrina Ionescu, and they could get it popping. But Liberty are good. They already got this.
Yeah, Liberty got a fake little squad. Yeah, they got. Man. And honestly, not to bash anyone, we're not here for that. But Liz has had a couple of down seasons these last two. Just saying. Stats were here, a little down here a little bit. But hey, you're still a big figure to this team. We need you to paint,
That's right.
Somebody got to get these reads and these blocks. Hey, it's not all about points. Let's do all the other stuff. The non-tangibles. But she said, you want me to do the non-tangibles with no Bitcoin? Yeah, we're going to have to split up. But yeah, man, that's it for me in the sports, man.
Yes, sir.
Anything happening for you before the next episode?
Brother, just trying to enjoy this summer. I feel like the days are flying by. Yeah. You know, my son keeps looking at me like, what we doing? I'm like, same day we did last week, man.
Trying to take over the world.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We can go to trampoline. We can go to water park. We can go to pool. Watch a show.
No matter what it is, though, my man, it's never enough.
No.
It's never enough.
No.
There'll have to be a great adventure for 30 hours straight to go, I think I want to go home now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember having the best summer of my life just going to the park every day.
Yeah.
Basketball from 12 to like 8, then come home, eat, go to sleep.
That's it. That's it.
Same thing all summer. Maybe went on a trip. Maybe went to a water park, amusement park, couple parties. But that was it. That was the goal.
Our summer as kids versus these kids' summer is weird because outside isn't what it used to be.
Nah, not at all.
Don't get me wrong. Outside still exists, but for whatever reason, as parents, our comfort level isn't where our parents' comfort level was back then. I wouldn't say they didn't care because crack was out, but you know what I mean. It's like, hey, step over that foul, go straight to the court. You know what I'm saying? That was stuff we had to deal with, and we was like, all right. Step right over that shit, across the street. But I don't know, man. That's 2022.
Definitely, man. Anything for you?
Next couple weeks. Can't call it. Gonna try to get to MS for the party.
He means it's Mississippi, y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Mississippi. They're like, Miss. Is he cheating? But other than that, though, just working, man. Trying to get these testing done. Get the rest of this work shit done. Make sure these kids is ready, because the summer back to school list they gave them on like week 1 of the summer. I'm like, yo, when you going back? Like 72 items on this list. I'm like,
man.
I'm like, who you supplying? The whole class? Like, yo, everybody got to bring it. So that's the first. So I gotta really start picking up 3 items a day just to be caught up by September. So
that's a fact.
Outside of that, fake early school shopping. Not much, man. Just trying to, like you said, I don't do the beach, but gonna try to enjoy the summer somehow, some way.
Got you, man. Got you. So listen, man. Thank y'all so much for checking in with us, man. Appreciate all the love. Check out the new merch on the website. It is right here. Make sure you click on it. We got summer gear for you. We know the fall is coming back around the corner. We're gonna have that on the site as well.
On deck.
Yes, we appreciate all the support, man, all the support. But right now, we got to let you go, man, so you are now released back into your normal, regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
I'm King Kapnick.
See you back next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.
We